Hey everybody, today we're going to open basically all the doors, our engine cover, the hood on the C25R. If you haven't seen it before, there's a link in the description to go see the previous video, and there's a link in the description if you'd like to buy the instructions. So we're going to start out with the car here, and we're going to start by opening the door. So take the windshield off, and then we will take this curved slope off, and we'll take this tile off. And I should point out there's a full parts list for all the parts you will need to open the doors in the description if you'd like to get all parts together. So we get this 1x4 plate right here. And we get this corner plate right here and connect all three parts together. Then we will get two 1x1 round plates and connect them there to function as the door hinge, or the part on which the door rotates on. Set that aside, and we'll get a grill tile connected to the side and a cheese slope right in front of that. That way to cover up the studs and make it look a bit cleaner. Then we will connect the door and swing it forward. This is based on Koenigsegg's synchro-dihedral helix actuated doors. I think the name is. It's a very long, complicated name. So we've sped up the other side because it's quite an easy process to replicate on the other side. So now moving to the rear engine cover, you're going to put your nail under the wedge brick on the side and one finger on top of the air intake, and you should be able to get this bit right off the side. And here the rear wing came off, but you can just reconnect it. If you don't put too much force, the rear wing should not come off. If you obviously if you built this model and you've seen the instructions, then you'll know how this goes together much better, and it'll be a lot easier to take it apart and lift up the engine cover. So we'll take that off on both sides, and we'll put fingernails under both fenders and lift up, and this whole rear section comes off. And then we can set the car aside. Also, we'll set aside this 1x4 plate assembly, and you can set it aside because it doesn't fit underneath the engine cover in this modification, so you can just set it aside. And then we'll reassemble the engine cover. Then we will connect these hinges to the engine cover. And these all these parts that I'm using are the add-on parts. You can be in any color you like. They can be accent colors to your model, or they can be black or gray to blend in with the rest of your model. So we connect them there, bring back the car, and they should connect to the studs closest to the windshield. So there's a little bit of adjustment needed. First, before we do that, actually, we're going to attach these small pieces. I'm not entirely sure what they're called, but they just provide some extra detail under the engine, or next to the engine. We'll set them on top right there, and the engine cannot close while these parts are on top. So we'll attach those. Then we'll attach some slopes on top of them. And this provides the engine detail, or transmission detail, or suspension detail, or just basically any detail that is made underneath the engine cover. So now we can connect the engine cover. So we'll slide it over the main bit in the center, and then this is going to require a bit of adjustment unless you perfectly lined up the hinges. So what we kind of do is connect it on one side first. Sometimes it might fall off, like you can see here, and we just reconnect it. And recommend connecting it on one side at a time, because both sides are a very good way to complicate stuff. So attach it on one side, and then attach it on the other side. And then we have these 1x3 tiles. We'll stick those on these snot bricks right there, and that just covers up the hinges to make it look a bit cleaner. Now I should mention that the engine cover is not extended fully. You can still lift it up a bit more, make it look a bit more, well, obviously the rear fenders are lying on the rear bumper. That doesn't look very good, so you can lift it up a bit more first. So now we're going to work on the hood. So you can start by lifting up these intakes, then remove the center part. And if you grip it properly, it should all come off in one piece. But basically, there's this front part, there's a tile on top, and then there's 2 headlight bricks inside, and you just take those out. Then reconnect everything, basically. And if you, obviously, like I said, if you built this car, if you have the instructions, you'll know how everything goes back together. Then we will get in this hinge piece and connect the 2 parts of it. Then we'll insert it under the front trunk, and we'll swing it forward and attach a 1x2 plate underneath to lift it up a bit, and then attach a 1x4 tile on top. Then we'll remove the front headlight assemblies, and these are pretty easy to remove. You just pull on them and shake them a little bit to get loosen them. Now after you take them off, you kind of line them up and you'll see what we're trying to do. So as you can see, we're going to get a 1x2 plate right here. I'm going to stick it right there to connect these 2 assemblies. And one more to lock it together. And we'll repeat the same thing for the other side. So I should point out, probably kind of obvious anyway actually, but the you cannot just remove the hinges and put everything back. You're going to have to remove all the little bits and pieces that we installed. So you can watch this video in reverse, or just rewind different parts of this video if you want to remove this modification from your C25R after you're done displaying it. So now the hood is open, and it's kind of like a front trunk. You could store some stuff in there. So now it is completely unfolded or exploded. Looks quite nice, quite almost robot-like, Transformers-like. Like I said, that rear engine cover is not up all the way, so it looks kind of strange where the fenders are lying on the rear bumper. But you can lift it up a bit more. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Like I said, there's instructions are in the description. If you'd like to go just see the other video on this model, it's also in the description. And you can subscribe for more videos like this, and we'll see you next time.